What is the HGTV-ification of America? I recently read an article about this on The Atlantic. I will link the article down below, but I wanted to talk about the HGTV-ification of America because it is really taking hold of everything within interior design, within renovations, within renovation shows. Everything within interiors is kind of getting taken over by this HGTV effect, or the HGTV-ification of America. Kind of hard to say, but yeah. Let's talk about that article and what I think about it. Also, I'm at my parents' house in Chicago, and I find it kind of funny that my background is kind of the opposite of the design we're about to talk about, aka gray. HGTV basically created the concept of gray vinyl flooring. You see it pretty much everywhere. You see it in apartments that you're going to rent. You see it in homes that you're going to buy. Gray flooring is what we describe as new, I guess, and new is in. People love new. They love to find a place to rent that is, you know, it has the gray flooring, it has open shelving, it has barn doors, everything is new, so you have nothing to worry about. There's no leaks, there's no damages. It's new, we love it, let's rent it, let's buy it, let's rehab it, and then let's rent it out or sell it. On top of gray flooring, we also have subway tile, which is a very simple and easy backsplash that, you know, isn't really gonna go out of style, isn't fully in style, it's just general. And that's what people like to design their homes to be, is general, because even if you're not planning on renting out your space, or maybe you're not planning on moving for quite some time, I think a lot of people, their head wraps around, well, what are the next people going to like in this space? We want to keep everything neutral and easy so that if we do decide to sell this home, or if we do decide to rent it out, everything is going to be good to go. And with more and more people becoming landlords, the more people want to keep their house safe and neutral and lack thereof design and color, because it's a way of making money. And you make money by keeping things cheap. So we got fake wood flooring, we've got subway tiles. Open shelving is just a little bit of like a trick. Like if you go into an apartment rental and you see open shelving, you're like, wow, this is so modern and new. Whereas it's actually somewhat impractical to have open shelving. I like open shelving. I like a nice mix of it. But I think a lot of people who buy places to rehab them to rent out, they throw in that open shelving, you know, because it's going to really catch a renter's eye. Renters or buyers might think that, oh, this is trendy, this is really up to date. But really, in reality, all of this is actually just cheap stuff for landlords to fix and maintain. Like a vinyl flooring is easier to maintain than real wood, but I hate vinyl flooring. I'm currently on the hunt for an apartment, and if I see gray flooring in the listing, I immediately say no. I need actual wood flooring. Why is it that gray flooring screams new and move-in ready? We're being tricked. We're being bamboozled. Landlords and house flippers literally run the market. Everything is about flipping and renovating and making things move-in ready. There's countless HGTV shows just about flipping to rent or flipping to sell. Those shows are obviously extremely entertaining. I love to watch a house flip. I love to watch an interior decor makeover, but it's just interesting because 1/3 of purchases last year actually were purchased by people who had no intention of actually living in the space. The object of the whole game is to spend as little money as possible so that you can make as much money as possible. And honestly, buying and investing in property and renting it out, it is a nice moneymaker. I actually bought a property here in Chicago about 4 years ago. I lived in it for 3 years, and then I decided to rent it out instead of sell it because it is a nice little moneymaker to own property and rent it out. But with the amount of people who are doing it, at what point is this going to take a turn? I think what people are drawn to the most with gray floors and like these really modern apartments is that there's going to be no problems. You know, it was just renovated, so there's definitely not going to be any problems, which actually could be true. But that doesn't mean a more general apartment isn't also going to give you the same results. Honestly, I don't know if I would rather live in this type of apartment, a more unrenovated apartment to rent, or the new gray filled vinyl apartments. Probably the older ones, because I just want wood flooring. But actually, now that I'm searching for an apartment, I want an even older, I want it to be even older. I want really old. I mean, I don't want there to be problems, but it's not my problem, I'm renting. So give me an old apartment like this, like my parents, which I'm going to show on Check Out This Fucking Home, coming out very soon. It's gonna come out in October, but you get a little sneak peek of my parents' condo here in Chicago. Even when you are decorating your home, everything has become this fast fashion for furniture. You're meant to buy pieces that might go out of style and then you replace, which in the past, that is not how you decorated your home. You usually bought things to last. But now with all of these companies creating, you know, basically fast fashion for furniture, people are able to buy a sofa for cheap and then buy a new one in 5 years when you want to replace it. So it's just interesting the way interiors is all kind of going downhill in a way. Landlords are looking for the cheapest way to decorate their homes so that they can make a profit, and then people want to live in those homes because it feels clean and new and it's on trend. And people are buying furniture that is cheaper because it just feels easier to decorate with stuff that, you know, isn't as lasting, because what if you get sick of it? Even people who are buying homes that have no plan to rent it out or sell it in years, a lot of people don't even want to take those design risks because they want to keep it nice and clean and simple in case they were to sell their space. It would be a lot easier, you know, if they kept all of the walls white and the floors gray, because who knows, one day they might need to sell it and they need it to feel fresh and new. With my Chicago place, when I lived there, I renovated it and decorated it exactly to how I liked it, not thinking about how a renter would like it. Because in the end, I want to rent out my place with character, with my design touch to it, because I think there are people out there that would appreciate it. And now that I'm looking to rent a space, I want a space that has uniqueness. I want a space that has that old cabinetry or really authentic old hardwood flooring. I don't want the brand new look because it's not trendy. You're actually being fooled. You're really just being fooled. It's not modern and trendy. It's just a moneymaker for landlords. And I will say there are people out there that genuinely do love this type of interior design. I just personally don't want to live in a gray home. So boring. So little character. If we are going to continue with flipping homes to sell or flipping homes for profit or flipping homes to rent out, let's all take a step back and decide we want a little bit of character in it. Like, let's put in a little bit of extra money so people aren't living in these like weird gray cells. I think we need to bring character back into our spaces, especially in rental spots, because a lot of people rent. A lot of people don't own property. I am looking to rent and I don't want a sterile box. I still want a cozy home with character. Just remember, laminate is cheaper than wood. Open shelving is way cheaper to install than cabinets. Barn doors are also way cheaper than regular doors. So even though you think that these items are all these amazing little upgrades, they're actually just cheaper ways to make money off of you. The article made a great point. Overall, this type of aesthetic is inoffensive and inexpensive, and that's really all it is. And I hope that renovators and landlords and HGTV, I'm calling you out. Let's get creative. Even on a budget, we can still make money and not have a barn door or gray vinyl. In the end, these apartments or condos or homes that these renovators are designing, or landlords or whatever, they are not being designed to be lived in. They are being designed to go under contract. They just want your money. So do what you want to do, live in the place you want to live in. I just hope that gray doesn't take over our lives. I hope people start wanting places that aren't this. So then landlords and contractors will stop creating complexes that look like this, and they'll go in a little bit nicer of a direction where you're not, again, living in a gray box. Fun stuff. Cool. If you haven't checked out this article, I've linked it down below, The Atlantic. It's pretty interesting read. And HGTV, let's see some renovation shows where we do a little bit more of a unique twist. I know we can do it. Or just bring back trading spaces. All right, see you all on the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you liked my new little background, because this is where I'm going to be for the next few weeks. And I am still looking for my spot in Los Angeles. But in the meantime, I will just stay at my parents'. Oh boy. Okay, bye.